See how we're doing here. Fresh. How we're doing here. All right. Audio sounds good. Well, I didn't really think I was going to go ahead and do it, but you know what? I just kind of couldn't wait, you know? So welcome to another Madden 23 live stream with your boy, Maitland Rutledge. I got the Zeke jersey on for this live stream, so looking pretty good, feeling pretty good. And let's launch into the off-season portion of my Dallas Cowboys franchise live stream, which I've basically called or dubbed Saving the Cowboys, because you know, the first season we did this franchise, the first season of this franchise, 2022, we actually couldn't save them. We finished the season 9-8 after we basically had Prescott injured, although I technically just took him out of the game and I put Cooper Rush in for the amount of time that he is projected to be hurt based off of what transpired as of yesterday's game. So now we're going into the offseason fully, and now this is about making things the correct way. So we're obviously in the offseason right now. I gave y'all a look at the retirements, and as far as retirements from the Cowboys, Jason Peters, who we signed, did retire, but Tyron Smith did not. So Tyron Smith is going to come back for another season with the Dallas Cowboys. He's going to be off IR, and he's going to be up and ready to go. So we'll see how all this goes. First of all, let's take a look at mock draft number 3, because we are fully in the offseason. So this is where we get an idea of where we're projected, of who we're projected to take. And obviously, as I mentioned in the previous live stream, I did export an accurate draft class from the share community here for EA Sports Madden 23. So we have some realistic names here. You're going to see some real names. So right now, we have the number 14th pick, and we are projected to draft Keely Ringo, who is a cornerback out of Georgia. Don't really know if we would go with the corner because we did make a trade during the season for Bryce Hall from the Jets. He's an 80 overall. We, of course, have Trayvon Diggs. We're going to let Anthony Brown walk in the offseason. We still have Jordan Lewis for, I believe, one more season before his contract is up. So corner is not really a need for us. If anything, the biggest thing that we're going to need is a right tackle because we're going to let Terrence Steele walk. Quite frankly, if we can have somebody like Skoronski available, or possibly maybe, you know, Layden Robinson, because we could use a guard as well, just in case Tyler Smith isn't the answer. And we can also look at other linemen as well. So, you know, have to kind of look to the future, and we really have to look at positions of need, not necessarily positions that Mel Kiper wants us to pick, if you know what I mean. But we'll see. So that's kind of a look at the mock draft, what we're projected to do. We've already taken a look at the retirements. So now we're at the last opportunity to negotiate contracts with our players. So, you know, let's go ahead and see what we can do. Now, I haven't even decided to franchise tag anybody, so I may decide to do that right here, right now. Let me go to the very end because there's a couple of players that I do want to try to bring back. I want to bring our long snapper back. I don't think he'd be asking for too much. Let's go with a neutral one. Make offer. That's all good. I'm glad we got the deal done. Okay, so we brought our long snapper Jake McQuaid back just because I don't want to deal with, you know, losing our long snapper or anything like that. I know it's not really a big deal in this game, but it matters to an extent. I'm going to go ahead and let Cooper Rush walk because we can get a better backup quarterback in free agency or the draft, in my opinion. So we're going to let him walk. Now, Quentin Bell's the guy we traded for, but I'm not going to bring him back. You know, Luke Gifford. You know what? Let me just see if I can bring him back. Maybe a 2-year deal. Okay, so just for depth purposes, we're going to bring him back. But I think that's really it. Every one of these other guys, I think I can... You know what? Did we bring back... No, we traded... Well, no, we traded Tony Pollard. So you know what? Since we traded away Tony Pollard, let's see if we can get Rico Dowdle back for depth purposes. Player friendly. Yeah. Let's make him a 3-year deal. Excited to sign. Okay, cool. Don't know how much cap room we're really going to have because of these moves, but I'm really just bringing these guys back for depth purposes and everything like that. All right. Everybody else we're going to let walk. And, we could franchise tag. Can we franchise tag just, let's see. Let's just offer maybe this contract to Dante Fowler, and if he rejects... Okay, well, he's okay with staying on a one-year deal. That's surprising. All right, well, keep him around, but I think everybody else we're going to just let walk away. We didn't franchise tag anybody, so we're going to go with that. So let's go ahead and kind of move on, and let's let the offseason really truly begin. Players ready to negotiate, manage staff. Okay. So this is where things are going to get kind of interesting for me. So, obviously, Brendan Washington and Bill Duncan are a fake Kellen Moore and a fake Dan Quinn. We really haven't... Things have not just been very good, and we've missed the playoffs yet again. I'm going to do this just to see if we can get any other name. Mike McCarthy, you're fired. Now let's go hire a new head coach. Let's see if we even recognize any of these guys. Because I don't really reckon, because these are not actually named coaches. So let me just go ahead and kind of simulate through this portion while we go sign a new head coach. I did it. I got rid of, McCarthy. Phil Staff. Yeah, I know we got to sign a new head coach, but so can we not, so are these the only coaches we can select? Because I want to wait for everybody else to fire their head coach and see what we can do. Head coach. Have any other offensive coordinators been fired that we can promote to head coach? All? Okay, so, and these coaches, of course, are all made up. So, yeah. All right. Well, I don't think we technically need to do the hiring process immediately. I think we should be able to simulate, and then we can, move on. So let's see. Staff moves. See all the staff moves. Okay. So what other moves have been made? Let's see. Fired. Is there another head? Are there any head coaches who have been fired? Pete Carroll retired. He wasn't fired. Okay. Justin King fired. Okay. Justin King. Okay. Stefanski, defensive coordinator, fired. So, what head coaches? So we fired McCarthy. Pete Carroll retired. King, Ram Carroll is Lamont Booker. Okay. So let's advance the week and see what other staff moves were made, because I have a hard time imagining that the only significant staff move is that Pete Carroll is the only actually named head coach that has a face in the game. Because I want to see what else happened. I want to see who else head coaches got fired. So, manage staff. So, are we going to, hire head coach? Wow. Okay, well, I guess we just have to choose one of these random coaches. So, I guess we have no choice. All of these coaches, of course, are made up, so we're just going to have to go with what we know. All right, so Thomas Peters, vertical power run. He runs a 3-4 offensive playbook. Atlanta, Tampa Bay. Brandon Starks, speed. Tampa 2. Manual vertical zone run. West Coast zone run, run and shoot, West Coast zone run, scheme spread, scheme multiple zone run. What was the guy who did kind of the spread offense? Scheme, spread. Because I think that Dak really needs to take the next step, we're going to hire Brandon Starks as our head coach. Obviously, not a whole lot. So, we are hiring Brandon Starks as our new head coach. We still have Bill Duncan and Brendan Washington as our... Bill Duncan is our offensive coordinator. Brendan Washington is our defensive coordinator. Felt it was necessary to move on from McCarthy. 9-8, no playoffs. That's pretty deflating. So we do have 63 skill points to spend already on franchise staff. So let's go ahead and go to the talent tree of our new coach. And let's see if we can start getting his rep up a little bit. Yeah, defenders. Let's get that up. All right. So we've kind of upgraded his tree a little bit to start off. We did have 63 skill points to start out with by hiring Brandon Starks. So that's our new head coach. Okay. So now, let's see. What other staff moves were made? What other head coaches were fired? So we hired him. Pete Carroll retired. So these are the only head coaching moves that were made as far as, head coaches who were hired and fired. It's really weird. Really strange. I guess there just wasn't a lot of coaching turnover this offseason, which to me is a little bit fishy. 3 years for Starks. That's what we're giving him as far as a contract to be our head coach. See combine results. This isn't really too big time for me. So Smith, John Robinson, these guys are looking like scheme fit guys, so maybe we can look at them as possible options. But I don't think we're going to be picking high enough to draft one of those guys. We had the 14th overall pick, which is pretty nice, but I don't know how much that'll really help in the end. Okay. So, first of all, I need to take a look at our current roster and see what we're looking like right now. Because, obviously, we're going to need to make some moves. Okay, so we have Zeke. We obviously are going to have to we may look to bring a running back in free agency. We gotta sign a real fullback, either in the off season or, well, in free agency or in the draft. Gallup, Tolbert, Fehoko. I'm not worried about really, all that. So just put Washington kind of back in there as our fourth receiver. Tolbert's overall is higher, so maybe bringing him out Washington might not have been the best thing to do, but it's what I decided to do. Ferguson is now our starting tight end. He's a 69 overall, but his development is going okay, so maybe that could be a good thing. And we got Ian Bunting coming back. Don't really know how effective he'll truly be, but he's coming off of IR. Put Tyron Smith back in there. I know he's going to, come back, so let's go ahead and put that. I'm just adjusting the depth chart for right now to give myself a visual picture of, what we need to do. Smith, McGovern, that's what I want. This is the lineup that I want for the offensive line. This is the look that I really want to go with for these guys. We don't have another right guard. We might have to bring one in just because I really want some depth behind that. I'm glad I made the trade for Caleb McGarry because we really don't need a right tackle, actually, now that I think about it. We kind of really took care of that. So, Armstrong, Sam Williams. We did bring back Fowler. We brought back, brought him back, so that was pretty good. Gallimore, Osa. We let go of Tristan Hill. So we might need to bring in another D tackle for a fourth guy, but we already have 3 guys there, so that's at least a decent start. We did bring back Gifford, so we have our linebacking core pretty much intact from last year. We did manage to bring back Van Der Esch. I didn't think we were going to be able to re-sign him, but we did. And this Nate Hall guy, I think, is practice squad, so I don't even know if we want to keep him around. May just want to get rid of him. I don't know. Francis Bernard. Yeah. Janaris Robinson. Do we have another right outside linebacker? Or is that it? No, Devin Harper. Let's put him back. In there at least at that. Yeah, let's have him, backing up so far. He was on IR like all last year, so he's going to be back for this season. We still got Bryce Hall, who we traded for last year. Joseph Graham Jr. Don't really know who that is. Wright is still here, of course. Though he's kind of buried on the depth chart. Hooker, Bell, because we traded away Donovan Wilson. We got Curse, Israel, and Nigel Warrior. So yeah, but those guys are practice squad guys at this point. And obviously we don't have a kicker as of right now, so but we'll make these offseason moves that are needed. So, I really don't know actually how much we probably need to spend in free agency, if I'm honest with y'all. But let's go ahead and just see who's out there. I don't really know how much cap we'll even have to spend on them anyway. Okay, so we probably don't have a whole lot in terms of expected value. Yeah. I have to adjust the settings. Let's see. Sharing and broadcast settings. Length of video. Sorry, I have to do this, guys. The video clip. Screenshot settings. Broadcast settings. Invite players. Advanced settings. Camera video settings. Position. Okay, so now the camera, unfortunately, is going to have to be in the lower left, so you can't really see, because I could not see the cap room. I couldn't see how much freaking cap room we had, which is only $3.06 million. Yeah, that's not much. So we're going to have to make some moves. Probably going to have to make some cuts here. Okay, so let's just kind of go through the roster and see what we can really do. First of all, let's get rid of most of these, practice squad bait guys. We don't need some of these guys for real, for being honest. We have a ton of receivers. Yeah, sorry Vasher, but we're gonna get rid of you. And let's go ahead and also get rid of let's go and get rid of Bales, or whatever his name is. I don't even know who that is. Gonna release you. This isn't saving too much in cap room, but I'm kind of saving that for a little bit later. Houston's an undrafted free agent, so let's get rid of him. We really don't need him. And let's see, Fahoko, Turpin, Jamarcus Brantley. Let's get rid of him. I think these are all the receivers we're going to get rid of. We don't really need these guys. Don't need any of them. Okay, so let's see. Let's go to tight ends. Ian Bunting, I just don't think we need you. So I'm going to free up a lot in cap room, but it's going to free up something. We have two tight ends, Hendershot, and we've got Ferguson. We're okay. Let's see. Can we get rid of Bond? Because he's buried on the depth chart. Oh, yeah. Let's get rid of him. We don't need him. Goldstein. Let's keep him. Ridgeway. Yeah. Barr, Clark, Gifford. Guess we didn't really need to keep Gifford in the end, but helps to have some, depth at linebacker, at least a little bit. Let's get rid of you. We can get rid of a ton of these extra right outside linebackers. We don't need any of these guys. So let's also get rid of Francis Bernard. I thought we cut him like 5 years ago. Oh well. Free up. Yeah. Cut him. Get him out of here. Minzy. I don't even know who that is. Some of these players seem like they're made up. Could be wrong, but I think they're made up. So let's get rid of you. Okay, so everything just got thinner instantly, but, you know, that's because we just need to get rid of guys. I don't think we really need Bland anymore. Let's go ahead and get rid of him. I really don't know how much cap room this is going to give us, but something tells me it's not going to be very much. You know, Nashawn Wright really hasn't developed the way that we want him. Can we get rid of him and, like, not worry about... Yeah, incur a penalty. Yeah, we don't want to. I don't want to incur a cap penalty for that. Yeah, Thomas Graham. We can get rid of him for sure. Yeah, he can go. He can skedaddle. Joseph. Yeah, but let's keep these 5 guys. Let's keep these 5 guys here. Bell, Hooker, Warrior. Yeah, it's got a good name though, but. Gonna get rid of him. Okay. All right. So one thing I want to do is I want to see for salaries, like who's taking up the most room here on the team. All right. Let's see team salaries. So I want to see who's eating up most of the cap. So that would be Zach Martin. Tyron Smith has 1 year remaining on his contract, but he may retire at the end of the season, so I think I still kind of want to keep him. Dak and Zeke both have... Zeke has 3 years. Dak has 2 years left on his deal. Parsons, Lawrence, Lamb only has 1 year left. Diggs only has 1 year left. Man, I really don't want to get rid of Hall because we just traded for him. Kearse has only 1 year. Lewis only has 1 year. Maybe we could get rid of who's taking up a lot of cap room. Man, Zach Martin and Tyron Smith are really taking up so much of the cap. You know what? I think it might just be finally time to move on from Tyron Smith. And I really want to free up because right now we have $17.3 million in cap space, but I feel like getting rid of Tyron is just going to save us so much money in the end. So let's see if maybe we can try to trade him. Can we trade him or no? Okay, well I guess we can because he's still technically on IR. Okay, well we got $17 million left. Let's just see what we can well, it kind of sucks that we can't trade him because, you know, free agency is here and we don't have a whole lot of cap room. Okay, so we have 17. 7.7. Why does it look different in both? Why does it look different in both menus? Like, it says there we only got 7.79, but salaries. I go here. It says we have 17.3 million in cap. Anyway, so we can't do anything with Tyron. Goals view and depth chart says captain. Let me just quickly glance to see what we can do with other players. Can we even trade anybody else? Okay, so obviously we can do, okay, so I guess because Smith is still injured, so to speak, can't do anything with him. So I guess we're stuck a little bit. Okay, well, when we do this free agency period, we're just going to have to go slowly with it. One thing we do need, we need a backup quarterback. But we're not going to be spending a whole lot of money on that. I want to see if the interest level is there for anybody. Trubisky is interested. He is a 69 overall. Pretty sure he lost his job to Pickett last season. Even though the Steelers went to the AFC title game, I'm pretty sure. Gardner Minshew's out there. Jordan Love is available. And I'm only looking at the guys whose interest level is green, meaning they're interested in actually coming here. Drew Lock is available. That's interesting. I didn't expect him to be available on the market. Kyle Allen. No, that's not Josh Allen. These guys are 6'3" overall. Kyle Trask, the guy who they said was going to replace Brady, but he hasn't yet. He probably has to at this point. Blake Bortles, Binkert, Stick. I think that's the Chargers' former quarterback. Eason, Huntley. Yeah, I mean, I want at least a decent backup, but let's just run down the list and see who is out here. Let's see. So Baker Mayfield actually is a free agent. I'm surprised at that. Don't really want, but those guys are going to be asking for a bit of money, so I'm not going to break the bank for those guys. Huntley. You know what? Let's see if we can bring in Minshew. He doesn't seem like he has any other offers, so let's see if he'll take this offer. It's kind of low risk, but just see what he does. Right now we're Minshew's only offer, so he may go ahead and bite the bullet for us. All right, let me go back to all players. Other than that, I don't think we really need anything else. I mean, we can always draft a fullback. We'll just draft a fullback. I'm not worried about that. Okay, so as far as all players, who's in the top 100? Payne is out there. Odell is there. Wow. I mean, we don't really need another receiver, and we can't really afford somebody who's pretty big. So, I mean, we could use another tight end because we let go of Schultz, but Knox might be out of our price range. All right, well, let's go to tight ends and see what's out here. Schultz, of course, is out here, but we decided to let him walk. So we have, Hendershot and those guys in the 60s. Dan Arnold. O.J. Howard. He's a 71 overall. Let's see if maybe OJ would bite. 1.8. Custom offer. Player friendly. Team friendly. I don't even know if we have enough to make this offer. Oh, we do. Okay. Okay, well, that might be it as far as offers that we make. We're not going too crazy in this off season. Left tackle, we're just going to go with Tyron Smith. We're just going to roll with Smith. So now we only have like $1 million. So you know what? I hate to say that this is our only targets in free agency, but we just don't have the money. And I think this is really it for us. This is all we're going to have to, I think this is what we're going to have to go with. Okay, so those are the offers that we've made. So let's go ahead and simulate. And see if any of those two players bite on any of our offers. We'll probably be able to get Minshew okay. O.J. Howard may have another offer come in, but we'll have to wait and see. Pro Day record. Mock draft 4. Signed free agents. So none of our targets have bid so far? Okay, I guess they're just still considering our offers, but none of them have other offers, so I don't really know what the delay is. Still, let's just see what what we can get out of these guys, if anything. Let's see. Available. Let's just go ahead and kind of simulate through the next one and see if we can get any of these guys to sign as on the dotted line as free agents. See college pro day results. Take a quick peek at that. I'm really stuck on who I should take with my first pick because I don't really know. It's really tough to decide because I feel like, I think realistically, I think we should still take we should still take a tackle in the first round. Either left or right, it doesn't matter the position, because we could switch him out as need be based on Tyron Smith's health and availability. That's what I'm thinking. Let's go to mock draft 4 and see what they have us doing anything any different. Nope, they still have us selecting Keely Ringo. I mean, let's see. Let me just look at this guy. Aggressive ball hawk, far better and worse. Motor that runs through the whistle. Locks. Okay, so he's basically a ball hawk, is what the scouting reports are telling me. You know, he could pair pretty well with Trayvon Diggs now that I think about it, and we could have he maybe could be a part of taking this defense to actually an elite level. You know, where we have enough corners to really just, you know, make a move. And you know, if we draft him, we may just kick Bryce Hall to the curb and say, you know, this is it. But he's an 80 overall corner that I just traded for last season. So I don't really know. I mean, Ringo may not even still be there. I mean, if he's not there, I mean, we could use another right out. We could use, you know, I could use linebacker depth. We could use guard depth. I still think offensive line it needs to be our move in the first round. I really do. But the top-ranked guy, Peter Skoronski, I mean, he's projected to go 9th overall. He's probably not going to be there by the time that we're on the clock. Probably nor is Paris Johnson Jr. So, you know, we're going to be choosing linemen that are inferior from really the cream of the crop once we get to the 14th pick, which is us. If Ringo is still there, I'll flirt with it, but I just don't know if it's ideal for me to take him as our first-round pick when we have a corner in Trayvon Diggs is getting better. I mean, his contract is coming up, so that's another thing to think about. But at the same time, I just don't know. But then again, you know, we'll have to leave all that, to speculation for the future. Let's see if any of those guys bid on our offer. So there's still so none of them have still agreed to the contracts that we've dished out. I guess we ultimately just have to wait until the end of the off season, I guess. Wait a minute. So, did we not get any of them? Oh, we did. Okay, so we did get Minshew. Okay. I don't know why the menu's not indicating that. Let's go to the top 100. So we did get O.J. Howard, and we did get Gardner Minshew. Okay. Free agency, we're done. We're done with free agency. That's all we're signing this offseason. I know it's not much, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and advance to next week. Because at this point, we don't really need to be looking at free agency anymore, partly because we can't afford, we can't afford anybody else. We got to save all that money for our draft picks when I think about it. Okay, so let's go to mock draft 5 and see if they have projected Dallas to do anything different. They project us to do anything different. Probably not. Ooh, so they have us taking Myles Murphy instead, who's a right end. Now that's a little bit more intriguing. So did they drop Ringo, like, farther down or something? I mean, Will Anderson has been projected to be the #1 overall pick during this entire mock draft season that we've been through in this mode, so Atlanta is going to draft him. I don't care. They'd be stupid if they didn't. That guy at Alabama is a beast. No question about it. So, where's Ringo at? Ooh, so Ringo slipped all the way to 23 to the Dolphins as far as where he's projected to go. I mean, if Murphy's there, he does fit our scheme, and we could use a better right end. Yes, we brought back Dante Fowler, but I know we didn't bring back Basham, so yeah. Hey, we'll take depth if he's there. So I'll think about it. So Ringo and Murphy, possibly two guys we could take. I think they would both be good players. Let's go ahead and review free agency recap. I just out of curiosity want to see what maybe other teams maybe in our division did to get better. Let's just kind of see what happened. Starting with top 100. Deron Payne to the Broncos. Odell is still a free agent. Jordan Poyer is a Niner. Havenstein. Ridley's still a free agent. Edmonds, so he went to the Eagles, so that's another guy we have to deal with. James Robinson's a Falcon. Knox is a Commander. Miles Sanders went back to the Eagles. McCourty's now with Washington. That'll be interesting. And Guycook is a Bear. Davenport. Juju Smith-Schuster went to Chicago. Dalton Schultz went to the Giants. Ooh, man, how ironic is that? Goes to the freaking Giants. Tony Pollard is signed with the Jets. I guess he re-signed with them because, yeah, we did trade him to the Jets. Evan Ingram's a Colt. Keem Nicks is a Jaguar. Alexander Johnson's with Daniel Carlson is unsigned. You know what? We need a kicker. Do we have any money to bring this guy? Yeah. I guess we can't. Oh, man. All right. Well, I guess I should have signed a kicker during free agency, but let's see. Manage roster. Can we sign free agents or not right now or no? Okay, we can't do it right now, but it's okay. Look, we can always get a kicker after the draft. We'll do it then. All right. Scouting, private workouts. So I'm going to delegate those decisions to the staff and just let them handle it. Scout college players, roster. Okay. All right. So it looks like next stage, looks like it's draft time. So Ringo or Murphy are the guys that throughout the off-season mock drafts, they projected us to take. So, that's kind of what everybody's looking at as far as us to do. So, we'll just kind of see what happens here, and let's go ahead and start the draft, and let's see who we get.
On the clock now, it's the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay, all right. So let's make our selection, and let's see who is still out here. So it hopefully has best available at the top. So Keely Ringo is still there. Is Murphy still there? Miles Murphy is still there. Really don't need too much of a corner, and let me see what they say about Murphy. I really haven't looked at him. Physical, delivers bone-crushing hits, utilize. He does. Does he fit our scheme? I think he does. He does. You know what? We're going to draft Miles Murphy. Right end out of... Where is he from? Clemson. Miles Murphy from Clemson. We're going to draft him. Stud finder. All right, so I guess the computer liked that pick. All right. So Miles Murphy is our first-round pick, right end out of Clemson. I think he's definitely going to bolster up the defensive line. To me, he is going to absolutely utilize us very much so. So we're back on the clock again. Let's go ahead and not be stupid. Let's get some depth, and let's take Zion, and this is Zion Nelson. He is from Miami, I believe. Yeah, he's from Miami. We're going to draft him. We could use...
Dallas Cowboys now on the clock.
We need depth at offensive line, so that's what we're going to do. Now we're in the third round. Let's go ahead and make our selection here. Got a right tackle, Sergio Clancy, North Carolina. We got Tyler Morant as well from USC. Let's get 6'7", 7, 9. Let's go with Sergio Clancy. We need some line depth. So let's go with him. Sergio Clancy.
Now, the Dallas Cowboys.
We're going to select him with our third round pick. All right, so we definitely address needs on the offensive line. No question about it. So I think we're pretty much done with addressing the offensive line for the draft. We got a stud with Miles Murphy at defensive end from Clemson. To recap, so Could really use, obviously we need a kicker, but I don't really know if we want to draft one. There probably will be one available in free agency that we can take. Left outside linebacker, we could use some depth there as always. But let's see. Receivers, not really dominant here. We do need some corner depth, so let's go with Ben Wolf from Oklahoma. Let's draft him at corner. I think he'll definitely provide some much-needed depth.
It's the Cowboys, now on the clock.
So let's go ahead and move on to our 5th round selection here. Let's see who's still out here. We definitely could use some receiver depth. Frank Harbor from Wake Forest. Let's go ahead and take him. We need some receiver depth. All right.
The Dallas Cowboys,
and we're back on the clock for our 6th round pick. Let's see. I could definitely use a running back. Probably here if I can get one. But free safeties and defensive tackles are really high ranked here. And this left outside linebacker has really slipped. Austin Roth, he's really slipped in the draft. But I just don't know. We're pretty good with Parsons there, but could help. What running backs are out there? None of these guys are really good, but we could use some running back depth. Let's just take. We're gonna reach a little bit for this one, but let's take Byron Overstreet out of Tennessee. Mainly because we just need some depth at that position. We let go of Tony Pollard in a trade during last season. We did manage to re-sign Rico Dowdle, but outside of him and Zeke, we have no other running backs. So for our 7th round pick, I'm not going to be stupid about this. I just need to fill a position, and that's what I'm going to do. We are going to take fullback Jeremy Hunt from Is he from North Carolina? Yeah, from North Carolina. And he fits our scheme too. Because we need a fullback. We don't have one on the roster, and I don't want to have a tight end playing fullback. I just don't want to have that for our team. All right. So that's the end of the draft. I think taking Myles Murphy is going to be ultimately a good move because he wasn't really a position of immediate need. But, you know, he definitely was a stud that we needed for sure, I feel like. And he's going to help the defensive line elevate so much. I think he really is truly Randy Gregory's replacement. I know we got Sam Williams in there, but I think it just helps to have him as well to make sure that we just have some depth. We can't afford to not have depth at positions. That's what I'm trying to do mainly. I'm trying to make sure that we got depth on this team, so that way if somebody goes down, we won't be in a heap of trouble. So with our 1st round selection, 14th overall, we took Myles Murphy, defensive end from Clemson. We took a left tackle in Zion Nelson out of Miami. And then we took a right tackle, Sergio Clancy from North Carolina. Ben Wolf, cornerback from Oklahoma, was our 4th round pick. We got Frank Harbor, wide receiver from Wake Forest, really some depth there. Byron Overstreet, halfback out of Tennessee, we needed depth there. And Jeremy Hunt, fullback from North Carolina, simply because we just needed a fullback on the roster. I don't really know what his overall will be, but to me, probably not going to be anything to write home to mama about. So let's go ahead and take a look at the depth chart. And let's make some adjustments here. So Gardner Minshew is locked in there as the backup quarterback. We have Rico Dowdle as our backup, and backing up him is going to be Byron Overstreet. Can we edit this guy's number? Okay, so we can't do that here. We'll adjust that in here in a little bit. Jeremy Hunt is a 67 overall. That's not bad for a fullback. I'm not going to have him wearing 22 because that's Emmett's number. It's not no numbers are really retired for the Cowboys, but I'm just going to change that when I get a chance. Washington, Fehoko, Turpin. So Harbor's still going to be kind of on the bench, but For depth purposes, because of the contract situations with people, you never know. O.J. Howard is our starting tight end in 80 overall. I think that was a decent free agency move to get him because we lost Dalton Schultz, and he wasn't asking for as much money. We got Ferguson as our backup. I said I was going to go with Ferguson as our starter, but you know what? O.J. Howard was there at 71. He's not that much of a big leap, or a big reach in my opinion. So, we're just going to kind of go with that. So I'm guessing that Tyron Smith is still injured. So ultimately, I'm glad that we actually did take a left tackle with our second overall pick. So we're going to have to put Zion Nelson in there at least to start out with. And we're going to have Matt Let's-Let-Go for now. And we're going to have Tyler Smith. We're going to Connor McGovern. We brought him back. Farniok. Martin is still there. We could have taken a right guard, but we have McGovern also as backup. So we have 3 guards. Clancy. So we're going to have... I want to get McGrady, but not McGrady, McGarry at his proper position. So, But we're going to have Sergio Clancy as the backup because Tyron Smith, I guess, apparently still unable to play because he's still on injured reserve. We're going to have to keep him where he is. We're going to have to keep him on IR for a little bit while longer. Sam Williams. Sam Williams in there. So yeah, defensive end-wise, still looking okay. Fowler, and we have Miles Murphy. Let's go ahead and, let's keep Murphy as the backup for right now. He may take over for Dante Fowler at some point this season, but if his overall goes up any, and he plays pretty well in the preseason, then we'll consider moving him into the starting lineup. Gallimore, we still got Osa. We didn't take any defensive tackles because I feel like we have enough depth at that position. I think we're good there. Left outside linebacker, Clark, Luke Gifford. We're okay at left outside. Van Der Esch, Cox. We have Parsons, we have Harper. So, yeah, we're pretty good at linebacker as far as depth. Hall, Lewis, Joseph, Ben Wolf, our rookie out of Oklahoma. He slid into the corner, the final corner position on the depth chart. That's nice. Nashawn Wright maybe practice squad bait again if he doesn't develop anymore. Bell, got Curse. Don't worry, we'll sign a kicker. Can always get one. Kick returner, we're going to put Turpin back there as our kick returner for right now. And we're going to have Turpin also return punts. Going to do that. We no longer have Pollard, so we have to do that. Let's see. Let's put where's McQuaid? Let's take McQuaid, our long snapper. Third down back. Yeah, we're going to keep Zeke in there just simply because we need him in there. Slot wide receiver, James Washington. Right, left end. Going to keep Lawrence in there. Packages like that. Okay. Slot corner. I want Jordan Lewis to stay in that position. We could sign another backup quarterback, so we have somebody as third string behind Minshew, who we signed this offseason. But I don't really know. We'll see. So we've kind of adjusted the depth chart. Let's go. Let me go to manage roster really quick. Let me go to the injury report again. I guess Tyron Smith is just still on injured reserve. We can't do anything about it. Yeah, he's still on injured reserve. He's not on IR. Okay, so he's going to be out for looks like six more weeks. But he's not on IR. We're not going to put him on IR. So yeah, Tyron Smith is going to come back. So he's going to come back, no question about it. He's going to be out for the whole preseason, but hey, we've got, our rookie, Zion Nelson in there out of Miami. Even though he was our second-round pick, we'll keep him in there and, just let it happen. So we've adjusted our roster. Let's see. Adjust roster, change positions, player positions. Okay, all right. I am going to change some numbers, though, for some of these guys, for some of our rookies, mainly, before we kind of move on. Byron Overstreet. I don't want him wearing number 12. That's Roger Staubach's number. Let's see. What can we have him wear? Let me see. What number did he wear in maybe college, if I can find him? Byron Overstreet. Well, he might have been a made-up player, so that doesn't really matter. Running back. Well, let's just make it number 20. Give him Tony Pollard's old number. That's fine. Fullback. Jeremy Hunt. Let's change his number. Let's see. Making him 26. That's fine. Receiver-wise. Walker can stay at 3. That's okay. O.J. Howard. I like him staying at number 80. We'll keep him at that. What number? I know Zion Nelson is real. Yeah, he's number 60 actually in real life, so we'll let him keep his college number. Sergio Clancy. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Lawrence, Sam. I think Miles Murphy wears number 98, so yeah, he does. Yeah, so he's already got his number from college. Cool. Glad we were able to kind of make that happen. Digizua. Let's change Anthony Barr's number. I just him wearing 42 just looks weird. You can change his number to 51 because we don't have Bond anymore. Change his number to 51. Give him a real linebacker number. Clark. That's fine. Van Der Esch, Cox. All right. All right, so I think I made all the adjustments I want to with the roster. Let's go ahead and move on. So now we're moving on to the preseason. So one thing we definitely have to do is we're going to have to get a kicker. Got to go get a kicker. We cannot start the preseason without a kicker. So let's see who's out there. There's probably a lot of big name free agents out there. Yeah, Odell is still out here. Daniel Carlson. Can we get him? Can we get him? Yep. Daniel Carlson, one of the best kickers in the NFL, is now a Cowboy. All right, so we took care of our kicker problem, or lack thereof, I should say. He should be able to, let me see if maybe he can wear 2, or if, actually he probably can't, because that's being worn by Jordan Lewis right now. Let me see if I can change his number, maybe to like 3 or something. They may give him that one, but I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, they gave him 19. Let's change that. Let's give him a better number than that. I'll just have him wear number 6. That's okay. All right, so we got our kicker. Signed Daniel Carlson, the former Las Vegas Raider. A little surprised he was still on the market, but hey, when you need a kicker, you need a kicker. All right. So we're going into the preseason, and this is what we're going to have. So let me go ahead and take a look at the injury report to see how long Tyron Smith will still be out until he's able to play. Oh, we don't have anybody on the injury report. Smith must be ready to go. Let me check the depth chart. Let me see if he can go. If he can go, that's awesome. There he is. 95 overall. Back and still the best. Zion Nelson, Wesleko. So yeah, we got some depth behind him though. Some real depth. Zion Nelson out of University of Miami is a backup for him. So I think that'll definitely serve us very well when it comes to being all said and done. All right. Well, it's time for our first preseason game. And we are facing off against the Baltimore Ravens. Let's go ahead and play our first preseason game. As far as what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to play the first preseason game, and then I'm going to send the other two, and then make cuts and everything like that. Although our roster is probably not that big, so we probably won't have to do a lot of cuts anyway, but we'll see. There may be some, guys that we just put on the practice squad and, just move on from there. It's a brand new season. Preseason is still football, and it's a chance for us to see what we have. And unlike the Cowboys do in real life, we are going to play our starters in the preseason because we've got some new faces and we got some rookies that we need to see what they're made of.
Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Taking on Lamar Jackson and the Ravens at M&T Bank Stadium.
We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
EA Sports coverage.
All right, well, here we go.
League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Tonight, we kick off the preseason with a good matchup right away between the Dallas Cowboys and the Baltimore Ravens.
Here we go, preseason game number 1.
To get this one started, and off we go from M&T Bank Stadium.
There we go.
And they'll get him down right at the
controller battery life is low. After this game, I'll probably end the stream pretty quickly. When we get to the when it's time for us to advance to the regular season, then I'm going to more than likely end this live stream for the night. Probably not do another one tonight for sure. Here we go. Come on, get Lamar down. There we go. It's a little weird of a play. Not to mention, we also have a new coach of Brandon Sparks. Clearly a made-up name for a head coach, but he's our new head coach on the sidelines. We decided to fire Mike McCarthy. We still have our offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. Their names aren't real, but we decided to keep them, but we decided to fire our head coach. Simply because, hey, you missed the playoffs. Real quarterback or no quarterback, we can't have that. This is the debut for Brandon Sparks as head coach. And Breece Hall gets the deflection. Wait, did we get a pick as well? Holy cow. So Bryce Hall tipped it, and Trayvon Diggs came up with the pick. It may be preseason, but that's mid-season form if I've ever seen it. And here comes Dak Prescott in the offense. Let's get going early. Not a whole lot of new faces on offense, but we do have Tyron Smith back after missing all of last season. And we have a new starting tight end in A.J. Howard replacing Dalton Schultz, but Zeke is coming off of a Pro Bowl season, and he gets the first down very easily. Still got Ferguson in there. Zeke over the middle, makes the catch. Nice gain. Nice little dump off.
Down inside the 20.
Go with a dive play here for Zeke, and he gets the first down. Put Tyler Smith back in at left guard, his natural position. And we still have McGarry, the right tackle who we traded for from Atlanta last season. He's our starting right tackle right now. You know, just decided to keep him in there because, you know, he's better overall than Terrence Steele, who we had in there, and we let him go in the offseason. We had to think about that moving forward. Okay. Gonna pass here. Got stuffed running the ball on the last couple of possessions. See if we can get this to Offensive Rookie of the Year, Tolbert, and we can, and we're into the end zone for the touchdown. First touchdown of the preseason goes to Jalen Tolbert, who was the Offensive Rookie of the Year last season. Had a big breakout campaign for us, even though we didn't make the playoffs. And holding, we also have, and of course we have a new backup quarterback in Gardner Minshew, who we'll see shortly. So that's a look at our new coach, Brandon Sparks, on the sideline. Brand new head coach for the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, he's a made-up coach, so he's not real. But, you know, we're just hoping he's the next, you know, Mike Tomlin or Raheem Morris or, maybe Todd Bowles or something like that. Biggest reason I chose him is that I like the scheme that he went with you know, a sort of a spread offense, because I feel like that for Dak to take over as the undisputed, you know, top offensive leader of this team, we need to spread the ball around more. And I know that, of course, you know, oh, but you have, you know, Zeke still in there and everything like that. Yeah, I get that, but, you know, you need balance in order to support everything, and I know, you know, going with a spread doesn't necessarily support the fact that you're going to be a predominant running football team. But it can't to an extent, because having a good running game is going to take the pressure off of any quarterback at any level. So it's a matter of, you know, thinking in that department. Good tackle by DeMarcus Lawrence. He corralled Lamar Jackson before he could get really anything on that play.
On third down, Jackson.
Come on, can we get him? Oh, no, we can't. Parsons, you know, he went with the slide. Parsons did get him down pretty quickly, but it is a first down for Lamar and the Ravens. Biggest problem with Lamar is that he is a scrambler. He's going to get outside of that pocket and make life tough for us sometimes. We won't be seeing much of him, though. Oh, a broken play right there, and we stuffed him for a 2-yard loss. Defense is flying to the ball, and that's Anthony Barr rocking his new number 51. Kind of glad we brought him back on a quick, you know, 2-year deal. Just feel like we needed to keep some of the linebacking core intact. And of course, we got Leighton Vander Esch coming back for us this season. Big tackle. 3rd and 17. Force him into a long third down situation here. That's pretty ideal for our first possession on defense.
Jackson.
Sack him. Ooh, we almost got him. But that screen to Dobbins didn't go anywhere. Stopped him well short. It's 4th down, and they're punting.
And now 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
All right. On the punt return, we have our rookie out of Oklahoma, Ben Wolf, returning punts.
It'll be a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for
Don't really know how much more time we'll get with the starters in the first quarter, but let's see if we can get one more good pass with Dak. First down, completion, hopefully to Lamb. He's a couple of inches short.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Well, it's the end of the first quarter for preseason game number 1, and we are up by 7 on the Ravens, and we've got the ball back on offense. Lamar Jackson was able to move the ball a little bit against us, but we were able to, you know, make the stop and prevent anything big from happening. And coming into the game to replace Dak Prescott, our new backup quarterback, Gardner Minshew. Signed him in the offseason to replace Cooper Rush as our backup. God forbid if something happens to Dak, we need a decent backup quarterback who has some experience in the league. I feel like Minshew was a guy that we didn't really need to spend a whole lot of money to convince him to come here to be a backup to Dak. So why not go with him? Got to go out with, Minshew. Oh my gosh, he fumbled. Ah, I shouldn't have run with the ball. I should have slid, but I didn't. No, that's not ideal. Minshew in his first drive turns it over to the Ravens. Nope. Second string is back on second string defense in here. Guys like Sam Williams and others leading the charge, but Jabril Cox coming up with the stop from his middle linebacker position. I really think I did a good job at handling things this offseason. I really made sure that I had some depth at all of our positions. Just thinking about the future a little bit for this team. Because a lot of the guys that are playing, are not going to be on this roster forever, so you got to think ahead at least a little.
Squander it with third down coming up. No, not at all. And
3rd and 11. I don't even know who their backup quarterback is. That might be Hundley. I can't. No, because they'll let Hundley walk in the offseason, so they probably didn't re-sign him. But whoever that quarterback is, we get him sacked by his shoelaces. Oh, his last name's Worth? Okay. Must be a rookie. So we turn it over on a fumble by Minshew, but we force the Ravens into a punt. So get the ball back, and hopefully Minshew will hold on to the ball this time. But that was also kind of my fault. I was thinking that maybe I can get him to scramble out, get him to get the first down, but there was a big linebacker waiting to smack the heck out of him. So that's not Tony Pollard. That is Overstreet, a rookie that we drafted in the very later rounds. Hopefully he can develop and be the next Tony Pollard. He has the build like him, but we'll have to see what he turns into, if anything. Fehoko. Fehoko gets the first down. Nice job. Really trying to try out some of these young receivers out here that we still have. See how they can step up on offense. There we go. Fehoko on the slant, first down again.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Overstreet gets, but Dowdle actually gets some carries in there. He's coming off of being kind of banged up last season. Wanted to bring him back after we traded Pollard because we just needed some depth at running back. Couldn't afford to just not have that in there.
Now a handoff up the middle. Overstreet.
Overstreet gets 3 yards, bringing up 3rd and 1. Let's go with a trap to really get these running backs to see how much muscle they have. Dowdle in the game, and he picks up the first down easily. But offensive line did a good job of blocking right there.
At the 36. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun is Minshew.
Almost a pick. It was probably a bad decision. I tried to force the ball to Ferguson right there, but that was probably not a good idea.
Again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Minshew.
But we got Turpin, who came open on that route right there. Nice job. First catch for him on offense.
2 minutes on the clock.
With the 2-minute warning.
7-0 ball game.
So far, Minshew had a decent. He was having a decent first drive before he fumbled the football, but he's doing better on this drive. Doing a good job of kind of spreading the ball around, finding some of the young receivers. Fajoko's been the kind of go-to guy for him in this quarter. And he breaks through, and he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Simi's Fehoko.
And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns.
Gardner Minshew's first touchdown as a Cowboy, our new backup quarterback. Looking pretty decent for his first debut in the silver and blue.
Looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
With signing Carlson, we signed the best kicker that was available in the offseason, so had to make a move at that.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going. Not only
Complete
in the
over the
category,
middle.
but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Ooh, that was a terrible throw. This backup quarterback for Baltimore is just absolute booty cheeks. What is his name? Like freaking Reith? Weath? I don't know what his name is. Oh man, but on 3rd and 10 they get a first by running it? That's not ideal. Come on. Pressure on him, just threw a bad pass.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
And 2nd and 10.
Ooh, spin around him. There we go. Come on.
Flushed out right.
Oh, that was terrible coverage. Let that tight end Jack Doyle or Boyle. Let him get free.
That's good for 28 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A swing pass here to Edwards. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Oop, dropped it. That was a big-time drop, and they're trying to get some points before the half. Well, they're in field goal range, so they'll kick it regardless.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. They'll look to
Come on,
throw
get in there,
again.
defense. Ah, we let up another one.
This time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Well, our backup corners have let up some plays on this, some passes on this drive, but
Cowboys 14.
it is what it is for preseason. Gotta let our backups get those reps in.
From the red zone now, they'll look
Sack him. There we go.
and he's not able to get
Odigizua.
back at the 22. Osa Odigizua with the effort there to earn the sack.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it
Forcing
takes
them
away
into a
lot
long
of
second
momentum
down
from
play
the
here.
offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
Oh man, I totally overpursued that. Oh, but I think we got him down before the marker. Yeah, we did. I took a terrible angle with that linebacker.
Pick up there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up from
He's
the
in.
air. Touchdown.
So the Ravens do score before the end of the first half.
In the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens
they're on the board.
cut into this lead in the
That
final
was a pretty
seconds of the
tough
first
drive
half.
for our second-string defense. We had opportunities to stop them. We got them into a few third-down situations, but we just couldn't finish the job. Still up 14-7, though.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half is the
Let's go and
kick
have
is
Turpin
away.
return it.
Taken at the goal line.
It's a hold. That's coming
Pretty
back.
good field position. They'll start at the 32.
And it's on Hendershot, our third-string tight end.
They declined it.
Makes no sense, right? They just gave up a big yardage play, right?
And now it's going to stand.
They declined the penalty. That's fine.
Someone
Now we'll
is
do a
mad
Hail
at
Mary with
defense,
Gardner Minshew just for the
trying
heck
to
of
teach
it.
him a really, really crazy lesson.
Looking deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman.
So decent first half. First string did pretty well. Jalen Tolbert got the touchdown early for us. And Minshew came in and answered with a touchdown pass of his own to Fehoko.
The preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just
So,
2 more weeks
decent
of
first
preseason
half.
action follow this. And
Backup's
then we
gonna get the rest of this
on
game
the
for
first
sure.
Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, most of the starters have made their cameo and departed. But plenty of youngsters out there with a lot to gain or lose. As we get you right back out to Brandon God.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
There you go, Turpin. Oh, I didn't see that guy over there. Probably cut inside and then cut upfield. And probably could have turned that into a bigger return.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Rico Dowdle in there at running back. Let's let him get some carries.
Managed to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Nice rushing lane opening up right there for the first.
45 before he's brought down. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. They'll look to throw. That's into the hands
First down to Jalen Tolbert. Caught that touchdown earlier.
42-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now back to throw.
Broke off that corner. There you go, Turpin.
Here, complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving.
See if we can get Turpin over on the crossing route there. Don't have enough muscle to break away from it, but he's a dynamic type of player. Run trick plays with him. Just not too many, though. I'm not trying to do that.
And he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good
knocked away at the last second.
High throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Again, Minshew looking to throw.
He's going to be short.
Is caught by Tolbert.
Yep, he's short.
Stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and
Go ahead and
3.
just kick it.
Now to try the field goal, and here's Daniel Carlson from the left hash. This from 34. Carlson able to put this one through.
Well, we tacked on 3, so we'll take it.
17-7.
Had a tough ending to that drive, so.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal
Get him
is
down.
still
There we
the
go.
same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
He'll look to throw.
Almost intercepted.
Incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about.
Pick. Let's go. A rookie Wolf out of Oklahoma with the pick. Didn't get quite to the end zone, but gets down to the 2-yard line. Nice run back by the rookie.
First week of the preseason, probably not the pass, the impression that the rookie wants to leave right there.
Yeah, no probably about it, because that's not what you want to do to try and press your new coaching staff. Try to impress your locker room. And most importantly, yourself.
Knocked away at the last minute. Not exactly the best throw from Minshew over the middle. Not throwing it into a crowd there. See if they can get this thing in with Dowdle.
Just settle in and move on.
Dowdle.
They run here with Dowdle.
Into the end zone, 6 points. Another touchdown.
Rico Dowdle taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And
Up 24-7 here in the third. Backups are keeping this thing at a pretty good deficit right now. They're really doing well in the second half as far as finishing the drives off and really making a difference out there. I'm liking what I'm seeing from some of our rookies and our backups. And I'm liking what I see from Minshew. If Dak gets hurt this season, I think Minshew can win us a few more games than Cooper Rush did. So pretty confident in that.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right now.
Fowler got there before anybody else could get there. Tried to run the read option on us, but Fowler was waiting right there to come up and stop it. Nice play.
So they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 14.
There you go. Bill Cox with the stop.
That, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Sacked again.
He's taken down.
Sacked by Damon Clark that time. Second-year man out of LSU. He's back off of injury.
Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there is just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted, and you can tell on the sideline.
A decent return by Turpin in midfield.
Longer as this one goes. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Turpin with the first down catch.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball. They leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
The rookie Harbor in there out of Wake Forest. And he gets his first catch of the preseason. There we go.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down.
All of our backups have been doing a good job on offense.
17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
That'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return.
Let me go ahead and see if I can get some other backups in here. I don't really know who else. Can't put in another quarterback. Let's maybe have Overstreet kind of get the rest of the game. Let's have Hendershot get some more snaps at tight end. So let's Lecco in there. Let's put Josh Ball at right tackle. Let's let him get some reps. We'll keep Sam there. Put Goldstein in. Put Gifford in there. Actually, you know what? Let's keep Damon Clark in there. He was injured all last season. He didn't play. Let's get Bill Cox in there. Yeah, let's kind of keep things there. Let's have Wright get a few more reps in there. Yeah, we'll go with that. A couple of new guys in on offense, just getting a few more reps, trying to see if they can get more reps in there. I don't want Overstreet to kind of get the bulk of the carries the rest of the game.
Overstreet, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
That's 4 carries, 12 yards.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground.
Another carry for Overstreet, and he gets the first.
The Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8. From the gun, Minshew to throw.
Overstreet, wide open over the middle for the touchdown. Let's go.
From 8 yards out.
Rookie scoring all over the place.
A very comfortable lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this fourth quarter. Going long here for Wallace.
Did he pick that?
Flag comes in as that one winds
might be
up
pass
incomplete,
interference.
but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
It's going to be on. Man, Nashawn Wright, I put you in the game and you instantly do that. See, that's why you may not make this final roster. We may just cut bait with you finally.
What do you think, partner? A little sarcasm in that cheering from this crowd here tonight. What they're hoping now is to build a little momentum off of it and give a more genuine reason to cheer down the road.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Outright,
nice
this
tackle.
is Boyle, the tight end.
He had a pick in this game, and he had a nice tackle right there.
Line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3. Got his target, that's Kohler. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion.
Sacked him.
Sometimes
got him by his shoes. Well, I guess DeMarcus Lawrence snuck in there for a quick play.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Back to throw. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And they're going to be
get 13 yards back, almost the same as what they had.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards.
Gus Edwards got it.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get him the first. They run with Edwards off the option. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Off the option, here's Edwards. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Come on, D. Get off this field. There we go. Make the tackle.
Beasley. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4
Oh, they're in 4-down territory in the preseason. Might as well go for it.
Play before the 2-minute warning.
They're not going to snap. Yep, they didn't.
Here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Got to try it here. He's back to
picked. Jordan Lewis stepped in front of that catch. Stepped in front of that throw, I should say. Put this one on ice. It's all over. Good stand by the defense there to, slam the door on him and not let them score. Because they've been holding serve all game. Doing a fantastic job out there.
All count the same, do that, right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Second down.
Oh, man. Oh, doesn't matter. Overstreet broke a tackle. But the pulling guard did not get his block at all. Who was that? Farnock? Somebody didn't pick up their block. If that defender is, better than his first string, they're making that tackle, and that's a 3-yard loss. So that wouldn't have been ideal. It was a negative. Fortunately, we turned it into a positive. But still. Overstreet's taking us home pretty much at this point. Doing a pretty good job running the football. Like I said, backups offensively, defensively. Everybody really has stood out. So, for the first preseason game, really not a lot to complain about.
They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. On second down now, Overstreet.
I mean, Overstreet definitely looks like Tony Pollard with that number 20 on. We're just kind of we're possibly trying to turn him into the next one. Just at a cheaper price. He's a little bit shorter than Pollard, but I like his, slashing and, quickness. I think he's going to be a good depth back for us with, giving us another dimension with other things we can do in the run game when Zeke needs to take a break. I like him joining this team. But I'm going to have Dowdle start in front of him to start off the regular season. Like, basically for Dowdle to be our actual backup behind Zeke and keep Overstreet at third string, just simply because he's a rookie. Just want to be fair, and, I think it's just good enough. I think that's a good starting point for that.
They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus.
Definitely outplayed the Ravens today. I mean, first string was in there for a short time like ours was, and, the first quarter, and then they were done for the rest of the game. But backups really did a great job performing in the second half. Pitched a shutout. Can't ask for much more as a coach, so gotta love to see that.
Log on to easports.com.
Take a look at some stats.
Good night, everybody.
Take a look at some stats here. So Minshew had a QB rating of 143.2, 12 of 16, 150, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Dak in his basically, well, he had 2 drives that Minshew actually finished the last one he was on at the end of the first quarter because we got a pick, I think. Prescott had pretty much the same QB rating. He was perfect. He was a perfect 3 of 3, 27 yards, and he tossed 1 touchdown. Running the football, Byron Overstreet was our leading rusher with 46 yards on 9 carries. He had a touchdown run. Our only rushing touchdown came from Rico Dowdle, 5 carries, 33 yards. Zeke only had 4 for 24, but he really didn't get, much. We didn't really run the football very much when he was in there. Turpin was our leading receiver. Actually, our leading receiver in yards was Simi Fehoko, but both of those guys had 4 catches. So Fehoko was our leading receiver, and he had 1 touchdown. Tolbert had 3 catches, 24 touchdown, the reigning offensive rookie of the year. Overstreet had a receiving touchdown as well. Overall, pretty good game offensively. Let's check defensively. Got leading tackler was DeMarcus Lawrence. Actually, it was Jabril Cox. He had 6 tackles. Lawrence had 5. Got a pick from Ben Wolf, a rookie out of Oklahoma. And also, we got a pick from somebody else, Jordan Lewis. Decent game. It's first preseason game, but it's still the exhibition season. So all in all, nothing to really write too home about. In the end, the biggest thing, we had no injuries, and everybody was able to walk away healthy from this game. And you can't ask for much more as a coach, general manager, owner, anybody. So, pretty good. So one thing I want to kind of talk about really quick before we move on. I will basically end this series of live streams when I lead the Cowboys to a Super Bowl championship. Once I lead them to a Super Bowl, I feel like there's no more reason to play this franchise because ultimately that's the goal, and that's what I'm trying to do. As long as I'm taking over this team as the owner, that's what I plan to do. So that's when the series of live streams will end. But first things first, I got to get this team into the playoffs in order to give ourselves a shot of being able to go to the Super Bowl. So let's go ahead and advance to next week as well, just because I want to see if we get any new injuries in the preseason and see if we have to manage that, if we have to make any adjustments. Let's see, we can upgrade players. Let's go ahead and do that. Looks like we did beat the Bills, so we are 2-0 in the preseason. Pretty interesting. And we play the Dolphins to wrap up the preseason, and they're 0-2. All right. Let's go ahead and advance to the end of preseason game number 3 and to the end of the exhibition season. We'll do cut days. We'll see if there's any trade offers already on the table for any of our guys. And let's see. All right, let's go to manage staff because we have some upgrades that we can purchase now that it's the end of the preseason. Let's go ahead to the talent tree for our new head coach. For our coach, could probably get an offensive coordinator here. Let's upgrade Bill Duncan, our offensive coordinator, a little bit there. Brandon Starks, couldn't really do any upgrades with him. Don't have enough points, skill points for that. And we actually beat the Dolphins, so we went undefeated in preseason. So let's go ahead and cut players. Okay, so we only have to cut 3 of them. That's not too bad. And we can also put these guys on practice squad too, so we don't really have to necessarily cut them. We can just put them on practice squad. Jeremy Hunt, we're going to keep him. So let me see. Let's go ahead and put, I'm going to go ahead and put Frank Harbor on practice squad. Just to kind of, not get rid of him, but to, keep him around. Not really wanting to put any of those guys on practice. Chauncey Goldstein over to practice squad just for depth. We can always grab him if we need him. You got a lot of corners. We could probably put some of these guys on practice squad. Going to put Nahshon Wright back on the practice squad as always. Don't necessarily want to cut him. All right. We don't have any injuries, do we? I don't think we do, but let's just double check. Nope. Fortunately, we escaped the preseason with absolutely no injuries to speak of, which is great news. Tyron Smith did play in the preseason, and he stayed fully healthy, as well as the rest of our first string, I assume. And everybody stayed healthy, so now we can simulate to the start of the regular season, and I'm going to start wrapping up this live stream. Didn't really think I would do 2 live streams in the same day, but just really wanted to kind of go through the off season and, through the draft and, build up the team for, the 2023 season. So I figured, why not? So anyway, thank you guys very much for checking out the broadcast tonight. Hopefully I'll keep this series of live streams going. Like I said, I'm going to end this franchise when I lead the Dallas Cowboys to a Super Bowl, and hopefully that will come in this season that we are doing right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at our schedule before we actually end the live stream. We open up with the 49ers. We're on the road, and then we play the Chargers. We're in California for we're playing California teams for 3 weeks in a row. We got the 49ers, then we play the Chargers at home, Rams at home, at Washington, against Seattle, at Philadelphia, at New York versus Buffalo. That would be a tough game. Giants, Patriots, Lions, Eagles, Commanders again, Dolphins, Cardinals, Saints, and the Jets. All right. Some teams on that schedule look beatable in my opinion, but we'll have to wait and see when we get into the thick of the regular season and if we can keep everybody healthy, if we can, win it all. All right. Well, thank you very much for tuning in this live stream, guys. Hope everybody has a great Monday. I'm going to probably get some sleep here in a bit. It is, the second of my 2 days off tomorrow, so I'll probably be enjoying my day off and just get some rest up and get ready for another work week. Got a long week ahead of me, so I got to get some rest. Thank you guys very much for tuning in, and I hope you all have a great day. See you next time.